Welcome everybody to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I'm the Seventh Sword and now it's time. This video is mainly to discuss just the amounts of potential that Safi'jiva has in creating so many different unique builds. Now I have not even come close to finalizing a build. I have a work in progress build that I just want to showcase today because honestly it's going to take a long time to finish it and I kind of just want to show what I have so far. Nothing here is set in stone. Everything here is subject to change, and I really just kind of want to create a discussion around this and just see what everyone else is building as well. You know, just share your ideas, and there's just a lot of really cool things that you can do since this, Siege came out. Now, again, everything here isn't final. I've done a lot of what I want to do, but it's ever changing. Because originally, let me just go to the equipment info here really quick. Originally, I was going for a critical element build, and I wasn't going for a true crit element build with the Silver Rathalos just because not enough slots for the abilities that I wanted on there. So I was going for the Velkhana one. Yeah, I know it's it's less damage, but then I could slot in some more survivability. I like survivability in this game. I don't really want to go glass cannon build. I like to do a mix, decent damage, but with high survivability. That's always my goal in these games. So what I started out with here is originally I had the Velkhana Divinity and then I increased all the element up, but I changed that now. I've gotten rid of all the elements and I've increased my sharpness with, there's 3 awakened abilities there with a 6-star being in there as well. That's what I dedicated my 6-star to. I've gotten affinity up just so that I have a little extra affinity, and then that Velkhana Divinity I think I'm going to substitute out either for element up 5 or attack up 5. I haven't decided. I'm gonna crunch the numbers and see what's better. But as you can see, I've got all of Safi's equipment. I have a Master Charm on so that I get that critical up even more. I've got the health booster because you're fighting and losing health now while you attack with this. So it's good to have that health booster down to heal you while you're doing that, especially with dual blades because you attack so fast, so your health depletes really, really quickly. And a temporal mantle because I love Ultra Instinct. Now let's go into the actual skill info really quick here. So everything that I have on here with my decorations, and I'll show the decoration slots too after this. I've got Critical Eye 7, obviously Safi'jiva's abilities, which if you didn't know, they enhance the attacks. So it enhances elemental abnormal status and affinity up when the weapon is drawn. You take damage when attacking, but it can be recovered if you continually attack. So it's really good for dual blades and really bad for dual blades because if you miss that demon dance attack, you lose so much health. So you better make sure your attacks are on point, and I'll show you in a moment here what that looks like. So critical eye 7, evade window 5, stun resistance 3, health boost 3 because you need it. You need it here because your health is draining all the time. Critical boost 3 because my affinity with this build is going to be 100% every single time I draw my weapon, as you'll see. Mushroom Mancer 3, blight resistance level 2, that's part of the armor. Evade extender 2, ideally would love to get that up to 3. Tremor resistance is a bonus from a 4 slot. Slugger is another bonus from a 4 slot. Airborne because I found out that this actually works with the Heavenly Demon Dance blade spinning thing where you jump on a monster's back. So I haven't fully tested that out, but I just want to see if the damage is there, so that's why I put it on here for now, because just even more damage when you do that. Flinch free 1, because it's nice not to be flinched. And yeah, that's everything that I have on here. Again, I want to replace Velkhana Divinity. I want to take that out, and I want to put in probably either element up or attack up. Probably attack up, because you get a nice boost when you draw your weapon here, and I was probably going to augment for element up because it's a 1 slot anyway. I haven't done a lot of augmenting yet either because of the materials. I have to go to the guiding lands and level up those areas. But let me show you what this looks like in practice. So here, as you can see, my affinity is 65% and I have 120 element on this. If I do this, I'm at 100% affinity, 270 element. It's a crazy increase, and because I have critical boost on, everything is getting that 40% increase in damage. Now as you can see, you heal pretty quickly as long as you're landing those hits. Something you could do if you're worried about survivability is you could put a health regen augment on this weapon. You'd be sacrificing some of your damage potential, but you'd be gaining survivability, something that I really would like to test. But you heal very often as long as you're hitting the target. This is what it looks like if you miss. So, and I mean, I think as dual blades, we've all done this or another. We've missed some attacks. So, there you go. And the reason why I have Mushromancer on, I mean, I always love Mushromancer, but I think it's even more necessary for this build because you can just go ahead and you could do that and it goes away. So I might also try to slot in some free meal because then you get a few extra of those mushrooms in the fight and you can last. And the reason why I have Sharpness on pretty high is because I really like that purple Sharpness. And I didn't want to try to handicraft it in. I just wanted to have innate purple sharpness and a good amount of it so that you can fight for a while without worrying, and then even go into some white sharpness for a little bit, and then the monster runs away, and then you can sharpen while they're gone. Another option you could do here is you could take 2 pieces of Safi off, and then you could try to put in Teostra's technique on your weapon as the awakened ability. Equip 2 pieces of Teo. Try to you maintain that sharpness. You have, I don't think you get 100%, but you're close. You could probably still work it in with an affinity augment as well, or 2, and then you'd be still at 100% affinity, and you would never lose sharpness. So you never have to ever sharpen. But I mean, it's one of those things where the monster's typically going to run away. It's really only in those fights where the monster never leaves the arena that you have to worry about sharpening. So, I mean, this is it so far. This is just kind of what I wanted to talk about. These are my ideas. I have a lot of different ideas I want to go through. Unfortunately, it's not a quick process to make all of these builds. I was working on a blast dual blade build, working on also a critical element bow build with this kind of thing. I mean, it takes a lot of time because you have to fight that monster a lot in order to get the materials you want and the weapons you want. But overall, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just wanted to show this off, see what everyone thought. I think the damage is pretty good and the survivability is pretty good, outside of obviously you're constantly hurting yourself. But it's pretty fun so far, and I had to sacrifice earplugs for this one. I love earplugs just because I hate being roared out of my flow, but I mean, I understand that it's, in the grand scheme of things, you're not going to do as much damage when you have to slot in for the earplug, so I decided to nix that for this one specifically. We're going to see if I stick to it or not, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.